such a wonderful plan to break you, Jack.
You need to be in surgery yesterday.
Just made a small incision in Ben's kidney sac. Now, if I don't stitch that back up in the next hour, he's dead. Go, now! Hey, damn it, run!
This is the Lost Initiative from Sky One.
I'm ready.
Hello and welcome to edition 7 of The Lost Initiative. It's been a long and painful wait, but we're back. I'm Ian Lee and I'll be your guide to Not in Portland, featuring our first ever Others flashback. We'll also be taking a look at some of your theories, so please get in touch with us at lost@sky1.co.uk. This is the official download show for UK fans of Lost.
The Lost Initiative.
I'm joined, as ever, by Geeky Tom. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. And Paul Terry, what's your title?
You ask me this every other week.
I don't listen.
It's editor. It's only one.
Of the official Lost magazine. Paul, we'll start with you. Your reactions to episode 7.
Oh, come on. First Others flashback, as you said. Juliet. I mean, there's almost like, well, we think we've got a little soup song about Juliet's history, but we don't know anything now. We just want to know even more. Okay. Miami, sister. Right.
Tom, you excited to be watching a new episode of Lost?
Oh, I'm always excited to watch a new episode of Lost. Ian.
Okay, you could sound excited.
Yeah, hooray!
drink some tea, Tom.
Now, it is genuinely brilliant to see this. The first ever Others flashback. All about Juliet. Fantastic start. You think she's on the island.
Yeah.
Walks past Ethan Rom, walking down a dark corridor with faltering lights. It turns out she's not on the island. Where is she again? She's in Miami, isn't she?
Yeah, she's at her sister's place. She's visiting with, and she administers the injection to her sister.
It's a great scene where she opens the curtain. Oh, it's always like this in Miami.
In Miami. Oh, and a plane. Was that an oceanic plane, Tom, that went past the window?
Of course it was.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm sure it will be.
So we've learned a few things about her. She's a fertility doctor in Miami. She's doing private and possibly unethical research using her ill sister as a guinea pig. Now, initially, I guess we're supposed to assume that she's trying to work out some cure for the cancer.
Yeah.
When we find out that she is actually pregnant, she's got an ex-husband who is also her boss and is very controlling and wants fame and fortune from her discoveries. I didn't like him at all. Wasn't sad to see him go.
That was a great moment, yeah.
But does he want fame and fortune? He just sounds like he's head of a big company.
No, because what he says is, it's brilliant what he says. When he knows that she's working on something, he says, think about it. We can win prizes, we can have champagne, and we can help people.
It's like in that order.
We can have prizes and champagne? Really? Fantastic. And he's getting it on with some hot chick in the...
Yeah, obviously he's his skills as a scientist are amazing because he just wants the lights dimmed while his assistant's in the basement with him.
Now, she's approached by Mytilos Bioscience. Now, you've got to think that's some kind of Hanso Dharma.
It's got to be. I was wondering whether it's an anagram of something, but I don't think it is. Tom, any takers on that?
Absolutely none.
No.
It could just be a front, though. You never know.
Well, Mytilos is German for indigent.
Nice.
Which means very poor or deficient in what is requisite.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Well, I thought I'd tell you because you looked blank. And Thomas Mittelwerk.
Oh, nice.
President and Chief Technologist of the Hanso Foundation.
I like that. So what's it called again, the bio place?
It's Mytilos Bioscience. Now, they approach her, Juliet is who we're talking about, to come and work for them, but she turns down the offer.
My ex-husband wouldn't let me.
He wouldn't want you to have this opportunity?
No, he doesn't want me to have anything. He would never give the okay.
Maybe we could reach out to him on your behalf.
Don't bother.
Must be something that he would respond to.
If you were hit by a bus, how about that? That would work.
Why has Juliet's ex-husband, got so much power and control over her, do you think, Paul?
Well, it's probably the director of the company syndrome. He's probably irritatingly just risen through the ranks. And maybe, they were married, so maybe there's something he knows about her that's, has that power shift over. But she seems really intelligent, so what would he...
You should never marry someone you work with, as we found out.
To our cost, didn't we, Tom? Boy, was that a painful divorce.
Never again.
I think he's genuinely got something on
her. That's why she's still working.
Yeah.
Must be.
Well, everyone lost has a dark past, so,
It will be something big, because she's obviously... Maybe he knows that she is a genius. And that she's...
Is she a genius and a miracle worker, do you think, in the same way that some people consider Jack to be, that he's cured people who are incurable? Do you think there's some kind of...
I think this is kind of... Well, it seems quite a big discovery, like it's genius, the work. Kind of like the Clockwork Radio, I'm probably on that level.
Mitlos, clearly very powerful. I guess we have to assume they murdered. They did the murder. We accept that, do we? That's...
Yeah, it was nicely done, though, in the afterword. You know.
Whoa.
Okay, Tom, go on. I'm just saying that we have to assume it, but you have another theory. Go on.
Well, I don't know, I'm just saying, putting it out there, that maybe
It's a coincidence.
It was a coincidence.
Oh, in the kind of all the lost connections coincidences, like bigger forces at work coincidences.
Yeah, as in, you know...
It's a theory.
Ethan Rom is involved in this. Chubbier, long-haired, hippie.
Looks like a trout, I've noticed. He does.
Funny you mention that, because did you notice Jack has got weird earlobes?
No.
He's got no earlobes.
What?
His ears just going to the side of his head. Watch again, you'll see. It's very weird. What do we think Ethan Rom is doing? Because he's you see him walking past her sister's place in one of the early scenes.
Yeah, but they've obviously got a lot of information on her. So blatantly, like, Ethan Rom's been following her around and keeping an eye on him. Because she's like, oh, don't I recognise you from somewhere? And he's just like, yeah, I've been following you around, ain't I?
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, probably.
No, because I thought he was, a subordinate, but I think now as the flashbacks continue, I think he seems to be fairly senior. If he's kicking around with this dude from the Biosphere
Is that
place...
dude wearing eyeliner?
I thought that, seriously.
I know, he had big black
Yeah.
circles, like...
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay, why do you think she was brought to the island? We think we know that fertility, children, pregnancy, these are all important recurring themes. I mean, son being pregnant, baby Aaron, the taking of the kids to the others. So why do you think that she's there, Paul?
Well, it must be something to do with the fact that maybe that she's managed to impregnate her sister, and that's miraculous in itself. If you're suffering from cancer and you're having leukemia and having treatment for that, how can you possibly conceive? That'd be my stab in the dark scientist overview of it.
I haven't seen any pregnant people in the others, though. No pregnancies, no kids or anything. So
Whoa, we've seen a lot of kids, though.
A lot of kids.
They're taking kids. They've got lots of animals.
Well, they're taking kids, but she's there to make the kids.
They don't know about Son yet, do they? The others, they don't know she's pregnant.
They do.
Do
Don't
they?
When she's on the boat and Son shoots the woman. Oh, no, they don't.
No,
do
they don't.
They
No,
don't.
I was just thinking, just out loud, that's going to kick off.
Yeah.
Come on.
Probably Nick her as well now, won't they?
Yeah.
Mitlos says to Juliet that she's going to be there for 6 months. She tells Jack she's been there for 3 years, 2 months, 28 days. I thought a month was 28 days, so I don't quite know what that means. So she's a prisoner on the island as well?
Yeah, well, judging by the big incident, that happened back in the 80s.
Yes.
And everything went wrong and it was all in disrepair and stuff. 3 years ago, there's a big gap, so she must have gone to the island in its kind of, like, destructive surroundings. You know what I mean? Like, everything's broken, everything's escaped. Like, she would have gone to the island maybe when it was like that.
But are we taking this on?
Really?
We believe it then? Are we taking it that that's correct? She's telling Jack the truth? Do we think?
Maybe. Well, I'm saying...
Oh,
from that point of
yes,
view-
I think...
I believe her. I was just throwing it out there. Yeah.
Disappointing, because I thought that she had... I was working under the theory that she was the boss of the island. She ain't nothing.
No, she's prisoner.
Alex, you're not supposed to be here. If your dad finds out, he's gonna kill
My
you.
dad was the one who told me to bring them here. To you. Look, maybe you should call him. I'm sure he's got nothing better to do.
Our little theory did actually turn out nearly right.
Well, which theory is this? This is the one about Alex's dad being...
Alex's dad being Ben.
Who do you think her mum is?
Well, I thought it was Russo, but then I might think now it was Juliet.
Wrong. That's the wrong answer.
What is the right one then?
Her mum is definitely Russo. We have to go with that.
Looks, yeah.
We have to go with that. Her dad, I thought was Ben. I don't think is. I think there's someone even more powerful. I think this is there's a tip of an iceberg to come.
But I think that they've led her to believe that Ben is her biological father since she was like a tot.
Why do you think she's turned on the others?
She seems to have always been against them from the get-go, really. With, we saw in the flashback, in Claire's flashback in season 2, she helped Claire escape, and that was completely against their plans. They didn't want Claire to escape. And
we're using the others in a real general term, like
they're different elements of them, aren't they?
Yeah, she's there against her own wishes, which probably means that she isn't another.
Or an original other. TM.
She's got elaborate hiding places, so I guess you have to assume that you can't assume anything in this goddamn show. That the island is full of little pits and tunnels and things that she has created so that she can hide in and get away from.
Yeah, but then you got to wonder why would they let her do that?
But
and there's
she
the cameras
walks up
everywhere,
I didn't buy that camera thing. The camera in the
zoom
woods.
in?
The camera in the woods. Oh, they're on an island. It's small, but it's still quite a big island. Oh, hang on, let me flick through. No, not that one. Oh, they're on that one. I found them straight away.
Is it Squirrel Cam 4?
Nonsense. Sorry, Tom.
It was all like 70s video, and then she used the magical zoom that they had.
Well, you were going to say something. Sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, fine. Who the hell is Carl?
Her boyfriend. Why were they so interested in taking him at the beginning out of his cage, whacking him in front of this Clockwork Orange type thing? But then why are they okay about letting him go? He's now on the boat with Sawyer and Kate, and they're fine with that.
Was the sensory overload room? It was like Clockwork Orange, wasn't it? The bit where he's got his eyes jammed open.
Mental.
Just like drum and bass club, though. That's fine.
Is that a punishment though? Was that a punishment? Was that to try and, I guess, to brainwash him?
Yeah,
I think it's more brainwashing. You saw like Sawyer like getting into the.
He was loving it. He had a flashback.
He was just like, oh.
He was back in the 80s. He was all over the place.
Your life is wrong, Sawyer. What does it say?
Well, one of the quotes that flashed on the screen: God loves you as he loved Jacob. Is that just some kind of crazy biblical quote, or is Jacob a person that we should be aware of?
Well, we've heard Jacob mentioned.
Yeah, we have
quite a few
being
times.
Being the leader,
so.
isn't he? The one that you keep on talking about.
Jacob's List is
Remind me
the
who
reference.
Remind me who Jacob is then.
Well, Ben's referenced him and
as a great man, isn't
yeah. He wasn't like they said things like they weren't on Jacob's list,
yes.
so Jacob's list could possibly be the list of that was requested at the end of season 2, or it could be another list. It could be a whole other list.
Is Alex's father.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I think it's Ben still. So.
Okay. Do you want to bet money on it?
How much?
£5?
Yeah, all right.
All right, you on. There's a handshake taking place there. Is Jacob dead? Past tense. God loves you as he loved Jacob. Could he be dead?
No, I think it's I think that's a biblical reference, but it's just a coincidence to the name Jacob.
Why the God stuff? That's a bit weird, isn't it? It's the first time we've heard the others being vaguely religious.
I mean, they sort of have some dark spirituality, but that's a specific reference.
Strange that place had an armed guard as well. That seemed a bit odd. I wanted to just look around there more and find out what else was going on. I'm
waiting for the fan forums to go mental with the amount of text on the screens.
No, this episode, there are so many things where you want to freeze frame it. I mean, her security card at the beginning, that whole sensory overload, you just want to watch that in slow motion, and there's going to be... Can we get you to do that for us?
Yeah, no, you strap me down to a chair and listen to...
Easy.
Get some drum and bass going and... wow. Get those visuals going.
Juliet says to Alex, later on by the boat, we both know your father, and the only way he'll let Carl live is if you're there when he wakes up. Again,
when he wakes up, have some of that. That'll be £5.
It will be £5 to me, because again, there's another double bluff. They want you to think it's Ben, but Ben will wake up and he'll be fine.
It's a fair point, because Ben could have been posted to babysit Alex. So if Alex isn't there, Ben's in trouble. Ipso facto, her real dad.
Or her dad in a coma somewhere, connected to a super brain computer.
And we're back.
And why would very quickly, Carl? We don't know anything about him. We don't know why they want him dead or anything like that, do we?
He can't be a random. He must have some importance to have spent that money on putting him in front of the screen. So,
okay, we've got our first caller on the Lost Line. Very exciting. It's Craig. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
What have you got for us?
Well, first thing that I really wanted to talk about was that I think there's another set of others, and
what?
I think Ruzo's in charge of them.
Explain yourself, man. That's insane.
Right. First thing that really put me onto it was, when Echo and whoever were in the jungle.
Echo and whoever, yeah, I remember that bit, yeah, it's good.
And there were a lot of feet walking along the floor and the teddy bear and whatnot.
Echo and Jin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, basically, from that, I just sort of got it in my head that they weren't the normal others.
Sorry,
okay?
Craig, so you're saying sorry, you just got it in your head. So, but any other evidence, Craig, or you, as you say, just got it in your head?
Right, well...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I've got...
Yeah.
Sort of from that, anyway, I've gone that it's all with Russo, okay? Because I just think that Russo must have other people with her, because the amount of traps that she's set.
No, she's a mental woman who's been living on... Sorry, I've decided that for the rest of this series, if people are talking nonsense, I'm going to tell them. She's a mental woman living on her own for 15 years.
Yeah, and she's managed to draw maps, and you're telling me that she's not...
She's had 15 years to do it! She's not got an Xbox or anything, she's got to fill her time.
She also has warned everybody to stay well clear of the others. So
I think that
Russo
has got a group of others, like, she's the leader of that. I agree with him, yeah? And Ben's leader of the other ones, and they both fathered Alex.
They both You're sick. You sick pervert. Craig, what other things you got? Have you got any ideas on the island?
Yeah, basically I think the island is Atlantis, okay? It's a bit odd how I got to that, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Craig, come on, go with it.
Hear me out.
I'll hear you out, Craig, but, jeez. Go on.
Right, okay, right.
Atlantis. And what, are they in purgatory as well?
Come on, man, don't be daft.
Oh, don't be daft, Ian, come on.
Right, basically, I've got to this because I did some research of what the island could be, okay? Because when you type...
Sorry, what research did you do?
Right.
Did you watch the extras on the DVD?
No, I actually did some research on a woman called Madame Blavatsky.
Madame Blavatsky?
Now, yeah, in the 1880s, she was shown a book about Atlantis. Okay, she claimed she was shown a book about Atlantis. This is real life. Okay. Now she. Right, okay, just let I get to it, okay? Come on, man, don't laugh. Okay, right, there were a third route race, okay? And then from there, they were on an island called Lumeria, which sank like Atlantis did, okay? Now, it's claimed that the powers from that went to sort of Atlantis, okay? And they became a super intelligent race who only had 4 toes. Okay, there's the 4-toed statue.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
It's a bit difficult.
It's been a long day for everyone, and you're talking rubbish, and those two things combined are...
Yeah.
Okay.
So Atlantis sank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But there were some survivors, like a super powerful race or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. That were very intelligent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And basically, they developed a way to hide them. I'm guessing they developed a way to hide the island or harness the powers of the island. And that's what the island is.
That bit's a guess. That last bit is a guess. The rest of it is based on fact. That last bit is a guess.
Okay, yeah,
Good
and
lad.
it does also. If it's all coming, say I don't know, the island's rising again or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that would explain why the black rock is in the middle of the island.
No, of course. Yes.
Okay, so if you also go from,
there's more.
I can stop it there if you want.
I think maybe we should for today, Craig.
Okay, yeah, I was ranting a bit.
No,
sorry.
but listen, we enjoy you ranting. Don't be put off by our reaction. This time around, I've decided I'm going to be a little bit harsher with the people calling in, so don't take it personally. But
it was very well researched.
It was
very detailed.
Yes,
Very
Madam
detailed.
Black Basket and everything. Thank you, Craig.
All right.
I think we broke him. I think that boy is never going to go outside of his house again. If you'd like to contact us with your theories, they're not going to want to. They're not going to want to call. Listen. I'm going to be honest, Tom. I've been too lenient with the people that have been calling the Lost Line, and I've been going along, going, "Oh yes, that's when they've been talking absolute cack." And if I think they are, you two can stick up for them if you want. I'm going to speak my mind.
Good.
If you'd like to send your theories in, then you can send them to lost@sky1.co.uk. And if you'd like to be on the Lost Line, then just leave your number there as well. Wow, we've all calmed down after that tense moment. Now, back to the episode. How the hell does Ben come around from the anaesthetic? That's weird.
Yeah, I think that's got to be looked at, surely.
Someone just cocked it up a bit, maybe. I don't know.
Did she give the anaesthetic or did he do it?
I'm guessing that Juliet probably did it while he was prepping for
Probably
surgery.
Tom.
but-
Tom probably did it.
Probably Tom. Oh dear.
Oh, no.
He didn't have his fish biscuit that day. Knocked him right out.
Now, if we believe what Juliet says, Ben asks her to help Kate and Sawyer escape. We don't know what's said in that bit, do we?
No,
really?
I think that's...
Can anyone lip read from mirrors?
Yeah, I want the
'Cause-
fans to do that, to see if anyone can lip read that and post what's said online, because that's got to be the crucial conversation almost for like a huge part of the season, because that's... I mean, I believe what Juliet says when she says to Jack, he promised to let me go off the island, but there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, I like the fact that maybe she's probably lying.
Juliet sees Danny on the way. This is what happens.
Danny! We're letting him go.
Letting him go?
Ben gave the order.
Ben's in surgery. I was just
He
there.
woke up.
Oh, he woke up, huh?
Shepard won't finish the surgery unless he knows his friends are off the island. Do you want Ben to die?
I know Ben would rather die than let them go.
Danny says Ben would rather die than let them go. Why would he think that? Are Kate and Sawyer important? That's a bit weird, that bit, isn't it?
Well, they were brought over to the island to do their thing with the smashing of the rocks and the building of the whatever they were building. That's not been referenced for a while. I wonder what that is.
And why doesn't he believe Juliet? Again, I guess we have to assume it's because she's a prisoner there, and she's not as high-ranking as perhaps we've been led to believe. Now, Kate tells Jack the story of him feeling the fear in an operation gone wrong, but counting to 5, which is possibly Jack's way of telling her he's not afraid anymore and has saved her. Jack also has something else to say.
I need you to make me a promise, Kate.
Jack?
Promise me that you'll never come back here from me. Don't come back, Kate.
Jack, where are you?
You're off.
Jack? Jack, please, where are you?
Why does Jack get Kate to promise that she won't go back and rescue him?
Well, he's playing the hero, I think. I think he's
been an idiot.
Yeah, well, he's sort of, just saying, leave it. I think
Or
he thinks
he's
there's a lot
being
more
really
in store.
selfish because he's been promised to go home, hasn't he? You know, I'll save him. I'll cure him. And I'll get to go
but I
home.
think that conversation really sort of pulled some heartstrings on the pair of them, and Sawyer and Juliet, and probably everyone watching the whole reenactment of that conversation about the angel hair pasta thing.
Bit of a lump in my throat as well.
It was really well done. Yeah,
it was good. It was good.
We're all like dead silent.
What do we think's going to happen to Jack? I mean, the deal was he saves Ben and he gets home, wasn't it?
I guess
the deal was he gets off the island.
No. Ben said to him when he was watching the American football game. Was it the American football game?
Yeah, it was.
When he said,
no, it's baseball.
Yeah, that's it. He said, I will send you that. I will take you home, or I will send you home.
Yeah, I thought the wording was off the island.
No,
because then that implies he could go back to the other island.
No,
I'm sure
home
home
can also be the other island as well.
Yeah.
So there'll probably be some clause in his little.
But then it's not the same now, is it? Because he tried to, nick his artery and kill him.
Yeah, but he saved him anyway.
During the operation, Jack asks Tom, who is just fantastic. We should get Tom down here one day. Can we do that?
Get him on the phone.
Can we get Tom on the phone? Because that would be superb. Jack asked Tom why he hadn't just taken Ben off the island to get treated. Tom replies, I'm going to do the voice.
Go on.
Well, ever since... I can't do it. Well, ever since the sky turned purple, ... Doesn't finish the sentence. So is he saying that since the failsafe key was turned off, there is no way off the island?
I think that something big's gone down when that fail-safe key was thrown. Because remember, it said caution. Everyone, I keep talking about this, but it said caution. If you don't just throw a fail-safe switch and think, that's it, that's all sorted. That's going to be a consequence from that.
It was definitely running something on the island. It was like a generator, wasn't it?
And Ben did look freaked out back at the end of season 2 when he's looking up at the sky. He wasn't best pleased, so...
if that's the case, that since the failsafe key has been turned, people can't get off the island, that affects what Ben told Juliet to get her to help him. Have a listen.
After everything that I have been put through, you owe me an answer. I want to know what he said.
I've been on this island for 3 years, Jack. 3 years, 2 months, and 28 days. He said that if I let him live, and I helped you, that he would finally let me go home.
So has Ben lied? Just to get his spine fixed?
Well...
You would, wouldn't you?
Was Juliet present when they were talking about the sky going purple? She wasn't, was she?
What?
Juliet was out of the room when Tom said, well, ever since the sky went purple.
So maybe she doesn't know that they can't escape the
maybe
island,
they
if that's
kept that
the
from
case.
her. Yeah. So, wily. Yeah.
Okay, we've got an email.
Oh, sweet.
Which is fantastic. Should we have a little...
That's a brand new segment.
It's from Captain Stew. I don't know if he's a real captain or he's given that name himself.
No.
Here's something that's been niggling at me since the end of Season 2, but Series 2. What I didn't understand was the hatch door, with quarantine written on it falling out of the sky after the implosion. That would not have happened. Yeah. The explosion may well have sent it upwards to some degree, but it would have fallen to Earth almost immediately. Instead, it falls onto the beach, God knows how many miles away, and it falls after the whole fail-safe turnout. This is physically impossible, no matter how big the dynamite bang was. The only thing I can suggest, continues Captain Stew, is that the quarantine door that fell from the sky onto the beach was not the hatch door, but another door from some structure or dome built over the island. Oh, God. And that the electromagnetic surge also caused this metal door to be pulled from its hinges way up in the sky. This would make sense, because I firmly believe that the coordinates given by Ben to Michael and Walt lead to the only, or one of few, gaps in this dome. This, of course, wouldn't explain how Oceanic Flight 815 managed to crash on the island, unless either there is a great hole in the roof of the dome, or if it is retractable like the Millennium Stadiums. Tom,
I like that.
Go for your life, sir. This is yours. Run with it.
The door wouldn't have shot up in the sky. It was an implosion. It wasn't an explosion, was it? So how else could you explain the door falling from the sky? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. Well, it was an explosion, wasn't it?
Yeah, but nobody...
No, it's when you went back to the hatch, it was imploded.
Because it goes up and then it creates.
Well, no.
If you have a bomb, in the ground,
it wasn't a bomb.
I know, but listen,
everything was getting sucked to that generator, wasn't it? Everything getting sucked in.
If you put a bomb, I'm not even going to look at you until if you put a bomb in the ground and blow it up, you get a crater.
Well, no, because it sucked. Everything had sucked.
Yeah,
in,
but
hadn't
let's remember that we did not see. We don't know what actually happened. We've never seen.
I like that.
But what I don't get is what he's done. I mean, the quarantine door that sort of slams onto the beach. is the door from the top of the hatch.
It was symbolic that we saw that.
He says Dynamite couldn't do that. Well, no one ever said Dynamite did do it. Dynamite that Echo used was to get in the other entrance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is the implosion that you know. Come on.
Interesting what Captain Stu says about the possibility of there being some kind of dome over the island. I'm guessing he means invisible, although if it were invisible, then it wouldn't have a door that he's suggesting, so that's that theory.
Yeah, that's a bit odd.
But an invisible dome with only a few escape routes, that's good, wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I'm allowed to like that.
You're allowed to like what you want, but if you know, be prepared. As everyone should know by now, you open your mouth in this arena, you talk rubbish, then you.
I think
get beaten up.
Brain computer. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's coming back.
It's not coming back.
It's on its way back.
Got a sequel.
Okay, listen, we've got another caller on the Lost line. It's Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hi, guys.
Good lad. Away you go.
Okay, now my theory is about Christian Shepherd and how he might actually be the linchpin in the whole thing.
This is
could
Jack's
he
dad.
actually be Jack's dad?
Yes.
Could he be Mr. Big? Now, part of what got me thinking along those ways is, remember the trip he took to Australia with Anna Lucia?
Yes, I do remember that, yes.
And we see him drunkenly going to some woman's home and banging on the door and demanding to see her.
Yes.
Who was it he wanted to see? Could it have been Claire?
Yes, it
and
is.
Maybe he wanted to see... Well, there we go. And was it because she was pregnant with his freakish grandchild-type progeny?
Ooh.
Because remember, who was she pregnant by? It was that artist guy, and there was all those theories about how he could have been in the hatch because the mural in the hatch was like the paintings that he'd produced.
Oh, that's interesting.
For Dharma.
What were his paintings like? Were they similar to the pictures on the map in the...
Some people have referenced that, but that's, I guess it's a little bit of a stretch, but I like where he's going with this. This is interesting.
Tom?
And remember there was the mural as well. Oh, sorry, guys.
No,
sorry.
go on, Mark. You go ahead, because you're actually talking sense. We like you.
Well,
Carry on.
Remember the mobile? Remember when Claire was taken to that sort of creepy medical station?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they showed her the nursery and the mobile that had the planes, and it was playing, was it Catch a Falling Star or something like that? And she said that was that her father used to sing. I think she said that her father used to sing that to her.
I think you're right,
So
yeah.
could Christian Shepherd...
Could Christian Shepherd be Aaron's father?
Tom.
Man.
Aaron's grandfather.
Tom,
Sorry, grandfather.
Mark is speaking a lot of sense, don't you think?
Yeah, I do. I'm just trying to get it all sorted out.
There's a lot there. So let's just recap very quickly. You think that Jack's dad is Claire's father.
Right.
Her boyfriend, who impregnated her with his magic serum, was in the hatch and was painting the mural.
And that would make Jack and Claire brother and sister.
Mark?
Yes.
You speak much sense, sir.
Cheers, Ian.
Speak to you again in the future.
Bye.
And you see, if you come up with good stuff, you're rewarded with praise. If he were here and we were near a bar, not too far, and I had a few quid on me, I haven't got any money on me, I'd buy him a drink.
You'd probably be breaking the law because we don't know how old he is.
He was a man. He was a man.
Well, you give him a hug or
What
something.
the hell? He deserves...
Buy him a coat.
Buy him a shandy.
Even if he's 15, he deserves a lager for that. Listen, if you want to contribute your theories to us, you can email us with your theories, or you can send your phone numbers to lost@sky1.co.uk. And you see, if you talk sense, then you get the praise you deserve.
I like that. Christian Shepherd being Mr. Big is pretty cool.
It's genius, isn't it? It's genius. Okay, finally, conclusions on Juliet. Tom, what do you think? Goodie or a baddie? Has your opinion of her changed through this episode?
A bit, like, when we first see her in her flashback, she's, like, really weak and, like, kind of a bit ineffective. But then it kind of cuts to her kind of on the island, really dominant and kind of killing people.
Yes. Well, she kills Danny in cold blood, and is quite prepared to order for Kate and Sawyer to be killed.
Exactly. So more stuff has obviously happened. So I'm gonna say that she could still be a prominent figure on the island.
I think she's going to turn out to be a goodie. I thought she was a baddie, but I think
but we don't know if she's lying or not, though, do we? She could be telling.
Okay, listen, Paul. I want you to, in one sentence or less, recap what you've learnt from episode 7 of the fantastic return of Lost.
That Juliet's past is incredibly murky, and that she appears to have been brought to our island by some other sort of offshoot of Dharma for some dark purpose.
Tom, one sentence or less?
Oh, why do we have to do... Oh, God.
Because I like watching you struggle.
I know. Julia is...
Julia?
Who's Julia?
I can't do the one sentence thing. I can.
What we're going to do is, at the end of this series, we're going to get all of your one-sentence answers and put them together and see if it matches up with the television series Lost.
It won't. It'll just be gibberish.
Tom, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Paul, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Episode 8 of Lost is Sunday at 10 p.m. on Sky 1, repeated the following Wednesday at 10 p.m, and then again on Sky 2 on Friday at 9 p.m. Now, if you haven't seen our video podcast of the Lost moments yet, go to sky1.co.uk/Lost, where there's also loads of other brilliant Lost stuff. You can become our friends as well at MySpace. Everyone's doing it. Very popular, the MySpace. MySpace.com/Lost on Sky 1. I'm Iain Lee. Please join us again next week on the Lost Initiative, the official download show for Lost in the UK, where we'll be looking at episode 8, Flashes Before Your Eyes, right after it's been on the telly. Namaste.
The Lost Initiative is a co-ink production for Sky One.